And now the G Show, or what Austin refers to as the Joshua Screen Reader, aka Commentary Screen Reader CSR. This is where some feature of this screen reader is demonstrated.
Now we have the next in our series on the commentary screen reader, one of the most popular segments of our podcast, especially with Warren, and it's over again to Karine.
Hi. In this episode, I'm going to talk about word exclusions and symbol handling settings. I will first open G-Show settings. I will select it from the main menu. Swipe down, then right.
Main menu. G-Show settings. G-Show Plus.
Now tap TTS settings.
Feedback settings. TTS settings. TTS settings.
Now
Other settings. Word exclusions and symbol handling settings.
word exclusions and symbol handling settings.
Word exclusions and symbol handling settings.
The first option is
Use custom text exclusions checkbox unchecked.
use custom text exclusions. If I check this option, I will be able to specify certain texts that shouldn't be read by G-Show. So they should be excluded from being read by G-Show or ignored. So it will not read them when it finds them.
Exclusions list manager use
I'll
custom
check.
checkbox checked.
Then I have next.
Exclusions list manager the characters added here will not be read. Regular expressions are supported.
Here I can add the texts that I want G-Show to not read.
Exclusions list manager.
By default, there are no texts added here, and I'll tap on Add
Exclusion add button. Text box.
and type Facebook.
Shift. Capital F. A. C. E. B. O. O. K. K.
And OK.
Cancel button. OK button. Exclusions list manager.
To add multiple entries or multiple texts, I can put between them the vertical line or the vertical bar, either by long pressing the letter E or by finding it in the symbols list. I'm using Gboard. Also, I should say that the texts here are case sensitive, and also that now the matching is relaxed. So whenever Facebook, as I wrote it, is found, it will be not read. But I can do more restrictions by the use of regular expressions. For example, if I put the circumflex, which is by Shift 6, at the beginning of the text and then dollar at the end of the text, this will mean that this text should be excluded only if it's the exact available text. So if there's any other text available, it will not be excluded.
Default button.
Now let's go back and see if the Facebook name in the apps list is ignored or excluded.
Left right stereo. Envision AI. SBK. ETIL. ID Pro. ICANN.
I will swipe where and here is Facebook. Nothing.
Thing.
Let's type something.
Telegram. Saved messages.
I'll type welcome to Facebooking.
Browse by touch suspended. Capital W. E. L. C. O. M. E. T. O. Space. Shift. Cap. A. C. E. B. O. O. K. I. N. G. Browse by touch resumed. Welcome to text box, editing.
So, Facebook is omitted.
Buttons.
Even if I
Words.
remove the space before.
Facebooking. 2. Character. T. O. Space. Delete. Space. Send. Welcome to text box, editing.
But if I'm reading by word navigation,
Word. Words.
The word Facebook or the text Facebook will be read. So let's see.
Send. Send. Welcome to text box. Editing. Characters. Words. To Facebooking. Welcome. Welcome. To Facebooking.
To delete an entry, I can long press it.
Recents button. One new Telegram. Advanced. G-Show. Exclusion. Default.
Sure, when word exclusions is checked, it will not read this when I focus it. So I'll long press it.
Delete. OK button. Deleted.
When I add texts and I use the vertical line, when I press OK and go back, they will be separated, each one to as one entry.
Space. Default button. Word exclusions and symbol handling. Improve handling of repeated symbols checkbox checked.
Let's see what are the other available items in this section. So I have
Improve handling of repeated symbols checkbox checked.
improve handling of repeated symbols. If this option is unchecked and I have a symbol repeated, like for example the question mark, if I have the question mark written for 3 times, G-Show will say question mark, question mark, question mark. Whereas when this option is checked, it will say 3 question marks. So what I have a symbol repeated for 3 times or more, it will say only the number of times this symbol is repeated for and then the symbol. I have next.
Custom symbol repeat manager.
Here I will be able to add symbols, and all the symbols that are found here should be grouped, and symbols that are not present here will be not grouped. So if I remove the comma, for example, and I have the comma for 4 times, it will just say comma, 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 comma.
Custom symbol repeat manager.
Each entry is separate.
Yen sign. Period. Question mark. Plus.
To add a symbol, I can tap on the add, and also I can use vertical line between symbols. Also, I can add emojis, but I should add emojis manually because the default list will not include emojis.
Word exclusions and symbol handling settings.
Let's see it in action.
Telegram.
I've added emojis.
Saved messages. Space. That file. Welcome to Facebooking text. Clear. Cleared. Enter. Emoji button. Recent. Face with tears of joy. Face with tears of joy. Grin. Face. That file. Free face with tears of joy text box. Editing.
So it said 3 face with tears of joy.
Recents button. One UI. G-Show. Word exclusions and symbol handle. Word exclusions.
To delete an item, I can long press it.
Emoji reading mode. Custom symbol. Exclamation mark. Delete. Custom symbol. Plus. Minus. Word. Emoji reading mode.
The last thing available in this section is emoji reading.
Emoji reading mode.
Emoji reading mode. I'll tap it.
Emoji reading mode.
Here I can specify how emojis should be handled.
Emoji reading. Handle processing by the TTS engine unchecked.
If I check this, TTS engine will be responsible for reading emojis. So if there's an emoji which is not supported by the TTS engine, it will not be read.
Handle processing by the screen reader checked.
Here, the G-Show will be handling the processing of emojis. So even if the TTS engine is not supporting emojis, they will be read.
Do not read emoji unchecked.
Here I will tell Jisho to ignore emojis and not read them. I should say something that if I let the processing or the handling be with the TTS engine, when the handling of repeated symbols is checked and when an emoji is added to the list, when this emoji is present for 3 times or more, Jishuo will take the reading of this emoji and it will handle it itself, and it will say the number of times this emoji is written and then the emoji. So this means that this setting or the option of handling the emojis by the TTS engine will be ignored if an emoji is added to the list of repeated symbols, and if the repeated symbols is checked and the symbol is present for 3 times or more. So this was my demo of the word exclusions and symbol handling settings. I consider personally the word exclusions a radical approach. I don't use it myself, but I like the handling of repeated symbols, and I like that the user has the choice regarding the emoji reading thing. I hope that this was useful. Thank you for listening.
Thank you so much, Karen. But I don't know why he had to put me in here, knowing very well. This boy always takes a jab at me, even knowing, though, that I don't necessarily care about CSR, confused screen readers. So, but he has to take a jab there every single time. We'll wait till it comes to the Play Store. Then I'll be on board with all of you guys. How about that?
I think, to be fair, Warren, if you asked everyone else, you'd realise I take a jab at everybody all the time. If it's any consolation, I do it at work as well, because I literally think the point of work is having fun. So now, guys, I'm really cheap, so ought we all to club together and buy Warren a 1-year subscription to CSR?
Yeah, and even I will purchase him a phone, a brand new phone, and the CSR should be a system app on this phone, so it will greet him when he starts the phone.
Yeah, and we'd have the opportunity to convert him further. We could buy him a proper phone, couldn't we? Like not a Fisher Price phone.
Yeah,
Alcatel or something better. Something better than a Pixel.
Huawei. We should give him a Huawei phone.
Oh my gosh, Huawei. That's the worst of the bunch. And I'm sorry, we do have Huawei fans. I didn't mean that literally, guys. Just kidding. But I think if you really want to bring me down to the dumps, it's probably maybe put CSR on an lousy Alcatel phone. Send it to me.
The thing is, though, Warren, it would actually run better than TalkBack on that phone.
I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it, because that phone is... I had an Alcatel a little while ago for the kids, and to be honest, I didn't necessarily care about it. And we're talking about maybe 5, 6 years, or maybe even 7 years ago. It just wasn't for me, because for the kid, of course, they don't use TalkBack or screen readers, so it was just fine for them. But I don't see me using, one of those phones necessarily. I even had an Honor phone back then. 5 years ago for the kids.
Speaking of Alcatel, it even still has the phones with 1 gig of RAM, so I'm really curious to see how CSR will function in those phones. It runs under 13, but 1 gig of RAM, so it's super curious, right?
I have a friend who has a Z1 device, or something very. I tried the CSR on an Nexus 5 phone, and it is 2 gigs of RAM. Yeah, it's not 1, but it's working very well, actually. I didn't expect it to be like this.
Yeah, well, the Nexus 5, was the king back in its day, and I wouldn't, be surprised to hear that the screen reader runs well on it.
Yeah, I love that phone. I used it for 2 years, and it was amazing.
Who
I
made that?
still
phone?
have
It's
it.
Was
10
it?
years
Was it?
old now, isn't it?
Yeah. Was it
It's
LG or was it?
LG.
No,
Yeah, it was.
2014,
Yeah.
I
It's
think.
LG
No, the Nexus 5 was 2013.
2013. Yeah,
No, 2014.
not
No, that's the
13.
Nexus 6.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
bought it in 2014. Yeah, that was 2013. Yeah.
Yeah. We got Nexus 5 in 2013, Nexus 6 in 2014, and this 6P and the 5X in 2015.
Yeah, so it'll be
Nexus
10 years old this
encyclopedia
fall.
here.
Yeah, 10 years old. I still have it in my drawer, though. Now and then I take it out just for, nostalgia.
Were there two companies that made some of the Nexuses? Was it LG and
Yeah.
someone else?
Yeah, there were two. You got the LG guys,
Samsung
Motorola.
created the Galaxy
the
Nexus.
HTC, and then you have Samsung. Yes, so Samsung was the first. Well, no, HTC was the first one, and then Samsung has that Galaxy Nexus, the Nexus X, or I mean Nexus S rather. And I have all of those phones, by the way. Going back to the very
Yeah.
first one.
It
Do
was
you still have
Motorola
them
I was
all?
thinking of, I think.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
still have all of them.